basic rules, regulation about the work permit. These are things we are going to discuss during this session. And for any activity which one we are starting to any plant, there is a basic thing. What is the work permit? We must understand what is the work permit. The written authorization for the work which one allowed to us, give the specific location and specific task. That one is called work permit. Clear? Then when we start to this work permit, about this work permit, we start with this basic requirement. We check to that area or this area work permit. If the required, we get the work permit. Some sites, some area, the company, if they are not required to work permit, if the some activities like the somebody is going for visit or inspection only outside open area, or this type of activity is not required the permit. Because why? Because they decide there is a no hazards, no harmful chemicals or something, nobody catching to anything. By this reason, they are allowed to without permit proceed. But if the client or company they required some area permits, without permit we never go to there. We never start any activity. We never proceed to any job. For this purpose, first of all, we understand no permit, no work. No permit, no work. If we have a work, we get first permit. In the permit, first of all, we know the proper location, company name, job activity, and which type of hazards for that area. And for this information, how we can get, because our issuer from the client side, receiver from the contractor company, which one is going to work there, they both people, first they check to that area properly, observe to everything, check the hazards, check to that environment, and then after that they can start, they issue the permit. Issuer and receiver, without joint inspection, they cannot issue the permit. Because armchair permit is not allowed. For example, the issuer is sitting at the chair and a receiver came to there, he showed, oh, I have artwork, and without visit, without knowledge, he cannot issue any permit. This is the standard. Okay. And the other thing, the mostly in the job site, one person, one receiver, he is getting a one permit. Some companies they allow to receiver take 2 permit, 3 permit and distribute, and then after that start the procedure, proceed to this job. But in Aramco standard, only one receiver he can get 1 permit. When that activity is complete, he close and then he can take the next permit. Okay. And some area, open area, there is some no hazards, only exhibition, desert side. They can issue the weekly permit in the exhibition. For example, if there is some exhibition activity is there, this one is good work permit, there is no hazards, no utility, nothing is there. And they can apply for the permit, they are issuer they can decide, or we can issue the 1 week permit, monthly permit like this, but there is a no hazards, nothing. For that purpose, they are issuing to this type of permit. Sometimes verbally permit they are giving in client side. Only you give the call, we are going to proceed our activity, and we have this location, we want to start this activity, but that area, they know, they visit before, there is no hazard, nothing, they can issue the verbally permit. More normally, the standards, which one we are working in the plant, are some proper place. That area permit standard is only we can issue for the 1 shift. 1 permit we issue for the 1 shift. And if we want to extend that permit, we can extend for the second shift. Okay. After the second shift, we cannot extend to that permit. For the 1 hour, half hour also we cannot extend to that permit. We must be closed. Then after that, we get a new permit. The other thing, when permit issuer and receiver, they are coming to their, the receiver is joining to them, they are coming to there with the issuer, and they can discuss there. We have this type of activity, we want to work there, we have this crew, we have our PPE about this one, and then issuer check to these all things, his company name, location, everything. Then after that, he can check the ID of that receiver. Or his ID is valid, or his ID is issued for this division, he is qualified for this site, he passed from our site, and then after that, he take right name, everything, and then after that, he can visit with him. He say, okay, we can check your company. They are coming to there, for example, issuer and issuer both going to there, which area they have a job. They check that environment, this is suitable for them, and there is no any hazards, nothing. And after that, they decide which PPE they need. Who can decide? Issuer. And the receiver cannot write anything, only his signature there. Or he can tell to him, okay, if there is a fire watchman required, he can give the name of the receiver, fire watchman. This fire watchman name we need to use to there. And other, only the receiver he can sign as a receiver. But other, all permit going to fill Mr. who is working as a issuer. Receiver can write anything. He cannot mention to anything there.
Sir, issuer mention which type of PP you use.
Everything, yes. Issuer decide the which type of PPs you need. Or you don't need any PPs, yes, he can decide because the issuer is responsible to allow which type of PPs they require. Because he know about his own area. He know about that job. The job hazards, everything the issuer knows. Then after that, he brief to receiver. You have this type of activity, you need to these equipment. This type of PPs, this type of equipment, tools. The receiver only get information from issuer. And issuer, if he decide you need to these things, he must be provided. He check first when he is coming to their exercise, he can ask, you have these things, if you can for this security. You should know we are doing to this job, we need these PPE. But if there is something is missing or something is required or more, issuer decide. And then after that they can proceed. But they both first visit to that area. Maybe yesterday the situation is different. But today when we are going to visit at that time, maybe environment is changed or something is there. And for this purpose, they must be checked to that area, visit, and then after that they can issue the permit. The permit we taken for the confined space, if the within half hour we start, if confined space permit we taken. Within half hour we start, we can proceed. After half hour, if we taken a permit for confined space, but we did not enter there in the confined space, we did not proceed, we did not start our activity, that confined space permit cancelled.
New permit.
Then we need a new permit. Because when we are going to for this that environment, at that time we taking a gas test for the confined space. And that time, gas test time is half hour. After half hour, because that time is finished. Now after half hour, maybe the situation is changed. There is some gases or something. For this purpose, after half hour, again we check to there, we discuss with the issuer, again receiver going to there, again we need to new permit because why they did not start within half hour. And issuer if they decide, okay, take a new, they can. Otherwise, he say, okay, get the gas test again and use to this same permit. Because there is something is missing now. After half hour finished, then that testing time is finished also. Every 30 minutes we need to gas test there inside the confined space. But sometimes we have a different type of confined space also. Some health is confined space, there is they require. Some open area, for example, we have excavation and 1.2 meters deep, that excavation is also considered in the confined space. The confined space, then we need to gas test, we need the standby man, but we think the environment is not changed or something, we can give the time. But continue we use to these our system. Then we consider a confined space, this is the excavation, but we require to everything. Before less than 1.2 meter, we did not apply anything. we can think only to the cold work and excavation job. But when we reach to 1.2 meter deep, immediate change all everything. We need the standby man, we need the confined space supervisor, we need the proper equipment, fire alarm, fire extinguisher outside with the standby man, and emergency. Also, we inform to their everything which one is required in the confined space. All we fulfill to these all requirements. Then after that we can proceed. The other thing, if any type of alarm start or any emergency, any accident happen or something, immediate all permit cancel. Then we are going to assembly point. Then after that we getting information about this. If they say all clear, this one is only drill, and sure they can decide. Client side, they can decide, okay, you can utilize to your previous permit. Otherwise, our work stop, our permits cancel. If real emergency, all permits will be cancelled. And if we want to work any other activity, then we are getting a new permit. Then we can proceed. Otherwise, if the client say, okay, all clear, this one is only drill, or this specific area have some problem, other all permit continue, you can proceed, we can start. The permit, when we are going to site, we have a proper permit box. Anjana, we have a permit box there. And hard work permit, there are 4 copies of the permit, okay? Then this one is permit, okay? There is a first copy, second copy, third copy, and fourth copy of the permit. And this one also we are using same like carbon paper we are using to there. Same like that paper is showing to writing to there. If we are writing something there, this is going to page number 2. This one is going to page number 3 and page number 4. The hard copy will be stay at the side. This one is thick paper, okay, hard paper. The other one is 3 soft, not too much thickness.
Normal paper.
Yes, and those all paper they written the same thing. Okay, this one paper is for the side, the second paper for the receiver. Okay, the third paper HSE department, and fourth paper staying with the issuer. When we are going to extend or anything, or we are going to change something, or at the side we see something is different, receiver. If we find something, oh, we require to this thing. If this is not mentioned in the permit, and he can take his own permit, then again he need to issuer. He discuss with him, sir, we need to these things also. And I want to mention in the permit. And again, they are getting all 4 permit in together, keeping in one place, and then after that they are again writing to there, because they cannot write individually or only alone one permit stand, which permit is at the side. If they want to change anything here, they must be changed in the 4 page. Yes, 4 page they keep put together, 3 receiver bring into bed, and 1 with the issuer. They are keeping again together. Then after that they can write something. Clear?
Yes.
There is a 4 type of permit. They take 4 type of permit. Cold work permit, hot work permit, liquid permit, and gas release permit. 4 permit. You know, if you are passed, now you are sitting in the class. If you are passed, you are getting 100% mark. Then you can get the 4 permit. You are authorized to get 4 permit. You can receive 4 permit. Cold work permit, hard work permit, confined space entry permit, and gas release permit. If you are getting 80% marks only, 80% marks, then you can get 3 permit only. Cold work permit, hard work permit, confined space entry permit. Gas release permit, you are not able to get. Lot of permit, basic type of basic. Okay, basic permit. This one is standard. If you are somebody asking to you, you tell to them only 4 permit. Then in between this, we have a lot of things: electricity permit, excavation permit, water light permit, staff and radiography permit, lot of things. But these all things coming in the cold or hard. They say 2 permits. Job permit only 2. How much? 2. Hard and cold. And sometimes inside the plant, this one is the Ramco side. Sometimes inside the plant we are using one more method. As it is permanent and safe, non-as it is permanent or safe permanent.
Yes,
Sometimes in the live plant or some shutdown, we are using this system also. Because two activities. Sometimes we have activity, but there is a hazard, dangerous area. We write to there hazardous permanent. Some area we have a open area, there is no hazards, in only we are removing some store material like this. That one is normal, non-hazardous permanent. But this different type we are writing to about basic four type of permit we must be note and we understand we also give the answer about this page. The permit only permit issuer and receiver. They are both people, they are authorized to do this activity. Safety team, they can check the permit. Are they write the properly? Something is missing, the safety team, he can stop. And safety officer, he can show this one is missing from there. Then after that, he can discuss with the issuer. Oh, please, you mentioned to these things, missing from the permit. They can discuss with them. Okay? And without permit, without documents, nobody can proceed to anything. Clear? This one is proper method of the job. They are all clear to there. Without this, nobody can proceed to any activity.
Sir, can safety officer cancel the permit or not?
Why not? If there is something is wrong, or people, they mention there are all PPs, everything, and without PPs they are working. Yes, he can cancel, he can write to their office, send back, stop to their activities. Tell to they are not arranging to these all things.
Can
Okay?
receiver do or not? Can receiver cancel the?
Yes, why not? If receiver came to site before foreman send it to him, okay, we need to this. When he is checking, receiver given these items, but at the site these all materials not available. He can stop. He can say, okay, this one I am going to return back.
If
Because you are not ready.
If available, the worker will not
Yes,
use.
if everything is available, they are not using, and receiver can force to them. And safety team also he can catch to them.
Sir, as said
In
that
this case,
receiver-
sir, permit does not cancel.
If you want to cancel, he can cancel. Yeah.
Sir, as you say that receiver and issuer first inspection the site.
Yeah.
Any other person like project manager, safety supervisor, he must inspection that site.
Because they have their own job, they are not bound. They can visit, but receiver and issuer they must.
Yes, sir.
Other people because they have a contract, they must be checked to their own site. Their foreman, supervisor, engineer, project manager, company owner. Yes, they want to work there. They can visit, no problem. But they are both people bound to visit to that area.
Sir, in-
Other people they are not bound.
Because
Understand?
receiver and issuer is competent for his own job.
Yes, they both competent, they get in a training, they have a knowledge, they know what they are put in the responsibility, they are competent for that. Because how competent? The person knows the location, everything. And after that, he gets a transition. Everybody is not a permit receiver, permit issuer. Okay?
They are competent.
Sir, in continuous working, project manager, they are able to inspect that site.
Why not? Everybody can visit. All people they can visit.
Stay there, sir.
Why not? If they have some activity, they can stay with them. If he want, with the PPs, with the health requirement, he is fulfilled to these all things, he can visit, he can stay.
Outside the barricaded area.
Inside also, he can come there, he can join with permission, with the preparation of these all things. If he have everything and permit receiver, if he allowed to him, he only give the information, I want to enter there, yes, he allowed, he can visit there.
Yes.
Without information, he must be informed to their group, I'm joining to you, yes? After that, he can give the information to receiver and he visit to there. No problem, because it's a job related thing, the people they can join, owner can join,
Yes, sir.
everybody can join to there, he can visit, they can check QC people, they are coming to there. Okay, quality control team, they are coming to there. Other inspector, they are coming. The client side people, they are coming. Client HSE team, they are coming to their exercise. Okay? Now, any question? First you ask, then after that I am going to proceed. I will start.
Only, sir, The team who is working, they need only permit.
Sorry?
The team who is working, sir,
Yeah.
on permanent, उनके नाम लिखे हुए हैं.
Yes. Who is working to their, they- in the permit, we are not writing any name.
Company.
We are writing a few, which type of activity is there. Writing work, we write to there. How many people going to there, they also, they are mentioned in the JSA. But in the permit, which activity, hard work activity. Which company, that company. Receiver, who is receiver, this name is there. Which type of PPs, we can mention tick to there. There is a column, hard helmet, tick. Safety glass, tick. They put to tick mark, okay? Full body others required, okay, they tick. If there is a, they missing, they did not tick to there, it means this is not required. Which thing they need, they can put to there. Which one is not required, they cannot point out, add like.
Sir, work order and permit are same.
Sorry?
Work order.
The work order, we use sometimes words work order, we get it a work order. It means work permit,
We are.
yeah. Road closing permit, lot of permits we have there. But these are coming in this form. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.